everyone, welcome or welcome back. So for today's video I thought we would do something I haven't done before, and that is reading books picked by Book Bingo. I actually found this on Pinterest and I thought this is actually so fun. So it's literally like a book bingo board. We've got a book with a one-word title, a book with a purple cover, a book based on a true story. They're all just like different ones. I will flip the camera and show you it when we actually use this, so you can actually properly see it. But I thought this would be such a fun idea. I feel like I have seen someone do this and I can't remember for the life of me who it was. So if I can find the video or find the person who I saw create this video, unless I'm mistaken, but I feel like I've definitely seen someone use Book Bingo somewhere. Not recently, just somewhere along watching BookTube. So I will try and tag them. If not, this is not an original idea. Just putting it out there, this is not something I've come up with. So no credit to me. But I thought we would do, I've got a little dice here and I thought we would roll the dice on here, and whichever prompt it landed on, I would then find a book that works with this prompt and then we will then read it together. So I feel like that's the best idea. I was going to try and like count the spaces and do this whole thing, but it ended up just coming across way too complex. So I feel like the rolling the dice on the board is the easiest one. So I'm going to flip the camera and we're going to do this together, and then we will pick the book that I will be reading in this video. So we're going to roll the dice and see what we get. That one's like 50-50, so I'm going to roll that one again. Let's try to get it. Oh my god, free space. Are you kidding? That is the perfect prompt. Okay, I'm going to have a look and see what I can find. Obviously the first prompt we got was free space, which that worked out very well for me. Now I need to decide what book though, which I'm kind of indecisive. Undecided. What is wrong with my brain today? Undecided, because there is a book that I really want to read, and that is, it is on my Kindle. It's Hollow by Catherine Peckham and Suzanne Valent, I think. I can't really exactly see, but it's on my Kindle. So I don't have the physical copy. I mean, that there's not a rule saying I have to use a physical one. But part of me is like, I should probably do one off my January TBR. What have we got on my January TBR? We've got Nightbane, The Bell Jar, Gallant and The Great Alone. I really want to read Hollow. How many pages is in Hollow? Let's see. Because I've just had so many people talk about it. And I feel like I'm getting FOMO. Oh my god, I can't find it on Catherine. It is Catherine, isn't it? This is what I do not like about Goodreads. I can never find any of the books. Please tell me I've marked it as want to read. Oh, I have. Perfect. Found it. So I have decided we are going to go with Hollow by Catherine Peckham and Suzanne Valenti, because I feel like I've just seen so many good things and I just want to read it. I want to know the hype. I want to see if it's fun. I also feel like it could be fun to read together. So that is the book we're going to go for. I've had a look on Goodreads and the synopsis for this is massively long, and I also don't really want to know exactly what happens or the kind of like the summary of the book, because I do like to go in quite blind. So I'm going to read the bottom part that summarises the book without giving you much plot. I do apologise. Obviously I will go into more detail as I read it, which will be spoiler free, but I thought I'll give you something. But it just says this is obviously a dark romantasy from the authors of Zodiac Academy. It is a heady cocktail of summoners, seduction and spirits, set to get your heart racing and feet kicking. There will be a ruinous, black-hearted love interest, a rebellious, ruthless FMC, plot twists, cliffhangers, dark humour and a healthy seasoning of make-you-blush spice. It's not for the faint of heart. All those who enter the forest are bound by its terms. Will you walk willingly into the dark? Apparently I will. So I'm excited because it's got very high ratings from what I can see. I think it came out in November, and it's got an average rating of 4.1. Well, 1.1. 1.1? 4.11. I feel like this will be a fun read, especially a fun one for us to read together, because it's definitely obviously a new release to a degree. So I'm really excited. So all that being said, that is the first book we're going to read, and I will be, as you've probably seen, you will see whatever dice roll I got for the next book after I finish this, so you can see what we're reading as we go through the video. So I will catch up with you guys once I've started Hollow. Hello everyone. So I thought I would update on Hollow because I am now, I think I'm just about 20% in. Let me just check. Okay, I'm 19% in, so we're pretty much nearly at the 20% mark point. So I thought I would quickly update. I am enjoying it. I feel like there's not much to say currently. Not much has happened. All that's happened is that our main female main character Ferris has entered this hunt, which is basically where people go in every, I think it was 8 years, and they basically try and compete to save the kingdom that they're from this curse. They basically have to find these amulets, these spirits, which are these different animals, kind of kill them, which makes them turn into amulets, and then collect them all, and then they can go to the, I don't know if it's a king or queen or someone, and basically get the curse reversed, and also kind of ask for a favour in return. Don't know if that explained it very well at all. Probably not. I think I did read the back, the premise of the book, so I hope that helps. But currently, yeah, not much has happened. She's in the hunt. I think she's only been there for a day or two, so it's not crazy. Nothing I feel of note has happened. I'm enjoying the book. I wouldn't say it's I wouldn't say it's a favourite. I wouldn't say it's given me a really crazy wow feeling just yet. I feel a lot of people rave about this book, so I don't know whether I'm just not on that train currently or if I'm going to get there later on. I hope I get there later on, but currently it's a good book, but I wouldn't say there's anything outstanding about it. It's not one that I feel the need to rave about currently, but maybe that hopefully and maybe that will change. So I just thought I'd quickly update. I'm actually about to go into London, so I'll probably read a bit more on the train, and then probably on the train back. So I'll be picking up here and there throughout the day, so I'll probably check in with you once. I'll probably next check in when I'm about 50% through, because I feel that would be a good point to see where we're at. Hello everyone, so it is now, I think it's the next day. I can't remember if I updated yesterday. I feel like I did, but no, that's a lie. I didn't update yesterday. However, I have now finished Hollow, and I thought I'd quickly give my review and my thoughts. I feel like I kind of said a fair bit about it when I was nearing, did I do a halfway update? I feel like I did, but I kind of felt the same way. I did rate this one 3 stars, which is a little bit gutting because I did think it was going to be a higher rated book for me. I had high hopes for it because all I've seen is good reviews, so it is very much a case of it could just be me, but it just didn't hit for me very hard. I feel like the plot was insanely slow moving. Things happened, but main plot points and plot developments and things that actually took the story further forward didn't happen until 75%, which I think is just very, very slow. It starts obviously with our female main character Ferris going into this forest, and she goes into the forest within chapter 2, and then literally the whole thing is the forest. And I'm thinking, okay, that's fine if things are happening, and there were cases when small things would happen and there was the bond between the female and male main character and figuring all of that out, but it just was I was just bored. I'm going to put it straight, I was just bored primarily, and I felt like the plot was very predictable. I feel like there was only one twist that I thought was quite good, that wasn't glaringly obvious, but it also wasn't that shocking because it kind of made sense, and it really didn't throw me that much. So I feel like, I don't know, the whole time I read it I was in between do I DNF it, to be honest, and I was really close to, but then I hit 70% and I thought, should I just power through? I feel like if it wasn't a fantasy I wouldn't have bothered, because I would have known not much is really going to happen, and you can easily skim a romance, I feel like, whereas something like a fantasy you can't really skim it. But yeah, now finishing it, I am kind of thinking maybe I should have just DNF'd it, because it just really didn't do anything for me. I was really close to rating this a 2.5 if I'm honest as well. It just, I don't know, I really didn't connect with the characters either. I didn't feel an emotional connection between the female main character, the male main character, or them as a couple. I didn't get that. It just completely fell flat for me, which is a shame, but that doesn't mean it will for you. If you are interested in this book, I would still recommend reading it because a lot of people love it. It's got very high ratings, it's got really good reviews. It just didn't hit for me. A book in the romance genre. So I have since rolled the dice, and you should have hopefully seen the footage that we did get a romance book. So I have 2 options here, and these are actually books that I recently purchased. I think I put them in my bookish things. I did a haul in there, and that is Addicted to You and Beautiful Venom. This one is by Rena Kent and this one is by Krista and Rebecca Ritchie. So these two are both romance books, but they are both, I think this is a dark romance. I think this is also a dark romance, but I think it's more of a traumatic romance from what I've heard. I've heard very good things. It's about two people that are, well, I'm only going to read the top part because I don't really want to go into this because I do want to go in a bit blind. But it just says she's addicted to sex, he's addicted to booze. The only way out is rock bottom. So it's definitely not going to be a fun romance, but I feel like I don't really want a fun romance. I feel like I need to read something with a bit more depth, and maybe this is a good shout. Also, this is like the best style of book ever, and I really hope I enjoy this because I have heard good things. And then the next option is Beautiful Venom by Rena Kent. Again, this is one I've heard really good things about, and this one is about a girl who, her sister was attacked and she's trying to figure out who attacked her, but she's no idea who it was. So she basically goes to the Vipers, which is like this elite college hockey team. And it's kind of like a secret society, and she basically wants to like infiltrate them to try and figure out who it was that attacked her sister. This is definitely a darker romance, I believe, than Addicted to You. Kind of like in different ways though, so I'm not too sure what to expect with this. I did actually read the first page because I was trying to decide what book I want to read. This was like yesterday because I did do the dice roll yesterday just so I could have an idea of what I would be reading next. Being a mood reader, I was like, oh, I just want to play my odds. The thing is, I feel like Den of Vipers, sorry, that's not right, Beautiful Venom would be really good, and I feel like it would be a fun read, but it is nearing 500 pages, whereas Addicted to You is under 400, and I feel like I kind of would like a bit of a shorter book, because I don't know how many pages Hollow was, but it was definitely, I think, nearing on 500 or just below 500. And I think because I read a book that long that I didn't really love, I kind of just want to play my odds a bit better and safer and read a shorter book. I also was going to take this on holiday with me because I go on holiday in February for like the whole of the month. And I was going to take this with me, but I'm a bit worried that it might get ruined if I'm taking it to the beach. And this edition was like £15 because these books for some reason are way more expensive than like normal, I say way more, but like just more expensive than the average UK paperback. So I don't want to trash it and I don't want it to get ruined. And also this Beautiful Venom is on Kindle Unlimited because I will primarily be taking my Kindle with me when I go away because I don't want to take up too much space with books. So I'll only be taking like 1 or 2 maybe physical books, and then my Kindle will be the thing I take. So I think I'm going to save this for when I go away maybe, or like for a different video idea. I probably won't be reading that much when I go away anyway because I'm going away with my friends. So anyway, that's all besides the point. I think the next book we're going to read is Addicted to You. So I'm very excited to start this. It's currently Monday. It's 8:15, so I'm undecided, whether I'm going to start this tonight or whether I'll read it tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I will catch up with you guys once I've read a little bit and we can update on my thoughts and opinions. Hello everyone, so it is now a few days later and I'm actually just past 50% I think of Addicted to You, still obsessed with this book because not the book itself, sorry, how floppy this book is, because this is literally just the best book to read, purely for this reason. Anyway, I thought I would quickly update my thoughts and opinions. So obviously I'm just over 50% through. I am enjoying it. I will say this is a very bingeable book. I feel like you can just sit and read and then you blink and you've gone through like 100 pages. It's so easy and quick to digest, which I'm really glad I picked this one because I feel like I was definitely in the mood and in need of a really quick and easy read. Saying that, it's definitely not a book that I'm obsessed with by any means. I feel like it's just a very cringe book. Sorry, I just nearly dropped it. It is a very cringe book. I really don't do well with cringe. That's my personal thing. I just don't do well with cringe stuff. I just cringe very easily. So certain scenes in this, especially with the girl being a sex addict, I'm like, yeah, some of it I just can't. Like there's a scene, for instance, where they're at university and Lo and Lily, who are those two characters we're following, they are in a lecture together and she hasn't had sex I don't know, maybe in like a day, or maybe not even a day, like in a certain amount of hours, and she's basically like itching to have sex to the point that she's watching porn in this lecture, and then ends up blasting out loud to the whole of the class. And it's like, obviously I'm laughing, but then I feel bad for her, but then I'm also like, this is just so like ridiculous in a way. Like there is other things that have happened, I'm not going to say too much, because obviously if you do want to read this book, I don't want to take all of the like funny or the like different moments away from that experience of reading it for the first time, if that makes any sense. But yeah, there's a lot of scenes like that where it's just very cringe, or they'll be talking about their addictions, and it also winds me up because they both just feed into each other's addictions. Like, he's obviously an alcoholic, she's obviously addicted to sex, and the whole thing is like the reason that they're together and they live together and they spend all this time together and they're best friends is because they allow each other to be themselves and be in their addictions without telling them to stop. And I'm like, that's all well and good, but there has to be a point, you know, there has to be a point where one of you wakes up and thinks, this isn't right, we need to move on from this. But yeah, it's just very, very cringe at points, and like I just find myself laughing. Like, that's honest to God the reaction. So it is fun, it is very quick, very fast paced. I'm glad I picked it up now because I feel like I did need something that I could just binge and didn't take any brain power. It's just like a funny read. But yeah, I would say rating, it's probably going to be about like a 3 star. I feel like it's good, it's nothing crazy, it's not great. I probably will carry on with the series currently because I am intrigued to know where this goes. And there's like this Addicted to You series, which follows Lillian Lowe, and then there's another series called The Calloway Sisters, and I think you're meant to like read them intertwined because I don't know how it all works, but like I looked at the very front of this book, it says recommended reading order, and it's like the first 3 of the Addicted series, and then you've got a few from the Calloway Sisters series, and then you go back into the Addicted one. So it's like a whole interconnected universe in a way, because you get books for different characters. But yeah, I will continue if it continues this way, because I feel like they're fun, quick, easy reads, and sometimes that is what you need, like I do right now. But it's definitely not a book that I will probably think of all the time, or will be like a top book of the year for me, nothing like that. It was just like, it's good, if that makes sense. So I'm going to continue reading this. I'm hoping I could potentially finish it tonight. It's currently 1:30. Not 1:30. Yeah, it's currently 1:30. Sorry, I was getting confused with my clock. And I'm on my lunch break. So I'm going to continue reading on my lunch break, and then after work I plan to hopefully try and finish it. So we will see. If not, it's fine, but I do want to try and get this one closed off pretty quick. Hello everyone, so I thought I would quickly update because I have now finished Addicted to You by Christy and Becca Ritchie. I ended up rating this one a 3.5. I was really in between because I feel like the back end of this book picked up, and that's kind of what gave it the 0.5, because throughout the whole of it was kind of at a 3, and then I probably would say that the last 30% I feel like we picked up a little bit and there was a bit more of plot. I feel like it's a very character driven book. This is not a plot heavy book or series, I'm assuming. I feel like the story is the characters and their lives, and this isn't it's not a plot book, but it is such a fun, quick, like, I want to say light-hearted. It goes through quite traumatic things, but overall it's just such an easy read. And yeah, I had a really good time. I think I finished this in like 2 days or something ridiculous, so I flew through this. If you want something that's bingeable, that's easy to read, fast-paced, that is the kind of book you should get. I have downloaded the second one onto my Kindle because I definitely will be continuing. I feel like even though it's not a series that is going to stay with me forever and it hasn't made me rethink my life or had a huge impact on me, I feel like it's just a fun series to read, and I definitely will pick up the next one. I'm not sure when, but I've got it ready and downloaded because I haven't yet ordered the physical copy of the second book, which I need to do, but I'm trying to be on a book buying ban, although I've already got the first one, so I know I will be purchasing the second one at some point soon. But I'm just trying to hold off for a bit because I have bought a lot of books this month already. I feel like I've bought like 12, which isn't great. Anyway, all of that to say, I am going to end today's video here. Unfortunately, we're not going to read another book with the bingo board just because I have a lot of other things to film and stuff, and just the timing, it just isn't going to work out. So unfortunately, I'm going to end today's video here, but thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe and all of that kind of stuff, and hopefully I will see you again in the next one.